Yo, what up though? What up though? It's the homie Mac, music, art, culture, knowledge, reporting live from the Dogon. Peace and love to all. I hope that everybody is maintaining their discipline, being consistent, and being consistent with the New Year's resolutions, staying disciplined, staying focused, overcoming lower self, strictly moving on higher self in 2020. But yeah. Again, it's your homie Mac. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel 82 Kings. It is imperative. If you are consistently coming to this channel and you have not subscribed, shame on you. Stop playing with yourself. Stop playing with me. Subscribe to the YouTube channel 82 Kings. Follow the movement on Instagram, MACK at MACK_82 on Instagram. But yeah, let's get it. This is a session of Mac Minutes. This is something that it may rub some people the wrong way, but I mean no disrespect and speaking my mind. I'm hoping that you're not triggered by anything I say, but you actually pay attention to the content and the depth of what I'm saying, and we can move, hopefully that this can inspire you. And you can tell other people, and we can move more intellectually and be more just logical and be more mindful of this topic at hand that I'm speaking on. And basically, the internet is a hoe stroll. The internet is a hoe stroll. I think we live in context of the ascension of the IG model. And I understand that, in America, damn near everything is a product. Consumerism is king here. Consume. And we all know that, essentially, you have women that basically prostitute themselves online. And it's one thing, if you're like a legit model, and I don't knock anybody's craft, how you eat is how you eat, but if you're a legit model, you're taking professional photo shoots, and you're taking your aesthetic and your beauty, and you're capitalizing off of it. You got some type of modeling contract or modeling deal, if somebody wants to pay you to wear their clothing or use you as product placement, use your body as product placement. This is not for you. This is not about you. I'm talking about women who. You may like their picture, and then 20 minutes there in your inbox, 20 minutes later, not even 20 minutes later, 5 minutes later, they're in your inbox talking about, do you want some private photos? Do you want some private videos? And my thing is like, what's really Gucci with that? And I understand, we're all grown. I understand that you have people who, people can spend their money however they see fit. And I understand that we have grown men that pay for sex, that pay for anything that involves female anatomy, pretty much in a derogatory, in a negative sense. Some people may not think prostitution is negative. Some people may not even look at what I just mentioned as a form of prostitution. But the bottom line is, the internet is a hoe stroll. Again, the internet is a hoe stroll. I think, who was it? A pimp, the great iconic African-American figure, the prophet, known as Chad, that we know as Chad Butler, also known as Pimp C, said, "Pimping ain't dead, it just moved to the web." That is beautiful, that is poignant, that is philosophical, that is a reality in 2020. And my thing is, I think if you look at the fall, of most civilizations, most great cities, city-states, nation-states, empires, a lot of their fall started with sexual deviancy, when there was really no regard for the human body, where everybody, you just kind of, if you felt it, you did it, whatever goes under the spectrum of sexual engagement, I guess. And my thing is, I think that brings about a sense of lasciviousness, and when there's lasciviousness, there's no discipline, and when there's no discipline, and there's no focus, a nation falls. And my thing is, when I was a shorty, You know, we was getting on American Online, and you know, you had to make an effort to look at some of the naughty things that you didn't want to see, that your parents didn't want you to see, rather. You probably shouldn't have been watching it, but you wanted to watch it. But there was more. There are more layers of protection. There are more layers to keep children safeguarded from that, from pornography, from all things sexual, just stuff they shouldn't be watching. So yeah, now it's just so readily accessible from your phone. You get on your phone. When I was teaching elementary school, you know, unfortunately, it wasn't uncommon for myself and some of my cohorts to find our students looking at porn on their phones. And I guess my thing is, I feel like we're living in you know, due to technology alone, everything is at our fingertips. Whatever you want to find, if you want to find a way to make chicken tacos, if you want to find a maid or a tailor, whatever you want, it's literally at your fingertips. You know, and that's why there's a duality with the internet. Like, it can be really good and helpful, but it also can give you access to things that can be destructive. So it's all on the person. But my thing is, a lot of the people who are in the context of children, we have a lot of children that are making adult decisions. It shouldn't have to. And I guess my thing is, I feel like when it comes to our little boys, we're already living in this hypersexualized society. Dang near everything is sexualized. From drinking soda, a soda ad, to a car ad, to fast food, whatever. Everything is hypersexualized. And I think a lot of times in context of contemporary society, women are alienated. I feel like a lot of times women are alienated from human personage, being a human, being a person. Because I think women are hypersexualized and they're put on display as products for consumption. You know, I don't know, you know, some people may think that's a reach, but I see it, and I think just a lot of the negative reverberations of this is, I think you have a lot of boys these boys become men, and this whole time they've been inculcated with this hypersexual sense towards womanhood. And I think, again, like, these boys who become men have this paradigm where it's like that's literally just been foisted upon them. Oh, women, body. I mean, you got music videos now, but they don't even show a woman's face; they just show her body. So I feel like, you know, you have this generation of boys who have this hypersexualized sense towards women, so they don't even necessarily look at them as people. The human element in context of women, it comes later. That's like almost damn near the last thing considered, you know. And it's like, how can you have a healthy relationship if with the woman, when your whole life haven't really viewed her outside the context of sexuality? You know, I think that's hella problematic. I also understand that, you know, women should have free reign over their bodies. This is not, in me making this MACK Minute segment, I'm not advocating for the policing of women's bodies. I'm not advocating for the control of women's bodies. I think a woman should do as she sees fit. But I guess my thing is, I feel like there's been so much sexuality that's pushed out there that I really feel like the human element of women is being robbed from them. And I'm not saying you can't be a sex worker or what have you and not be human. I'm just saying you have some people who look at this and they begin to, and when I say look at this, look at the sex industry, and they don't make a deviation between sex industry, human, woman, sex industry. They don't make a distinction. It's all kind of, it's all in one gumbo pot. They don't make a distinction or a deviation. No, there's no delineation. You know, she is a sexual object. And I think these things do play a role into a lot of people's paradigms, you know, and how they treat women, how they view women. And I think as far as like dating, I mean, I've literally heard women say, like, my body is a commodity. Why would I want to settle down with anyone? I can go on Snapchat, make some money. I can go on Instagram, make some money. Like, why would I want to settle down and be a family? What? A relationship? What? I gotta get this bag. And I think that is a very pernicious, a very dark way of living, of thinking. You know, because my thing is, I understand everyone doesn't want children, everyone doesn't want a marriage, everybody doesn't want a relationship. But I think when you have an overarching theme where I can just commodify myself as opposed to having solid relationships or love or building a foundation, I think that's suspect as hell. And I think that's tragic. But again, this is not, I guess what I want to get to the pathology of this. We all know that one of the oldest professions is prostitution. I want to say it's legal in Nevada. Yeah, I want to say in Reno and Vegas it's legal. And my thing is, if that's what you so choose to do, okay. And if you want to be a porn star, okay. But it's like when you look at the long-term consequences, a lot of those people have developed a lot of trauma from being in that field. There are a lot of women, you can look online, who talk about you know, what it was like being a sex worker and how they regretted it and how they feel like they violated their body, they violated themselves. You know, and then the thing that's really crazy about all this is a lot of this stuff ties into human trafficking. You know, a lot of these girls that are online, a lot of them are being trafficked. A lot of them aren't even doing these things on their own volition. So my thing is, let's get to the pathology. You know, why does this phenomenon exist? Why is it the way it is? How can this whole culture be countered? And the culture that I'm speaking of is human trafficking, because I don't care what you say, there is interplay. There is a relationship between pornography, between prostitution, and human trafficking. You know, I don't. If you're offended, I'm sorry, but these things, it's a triad. they're all binaries of one another. But not necessarily binaries, but they're all streamlined and they all interplay again in some way. You know, I think that you know, I hope no one walks away from this thinking that I'm condemning women. I'm not condemning women. What you so choose to do with your body, that's on you. But I think that there needs to be a stand made on policing things on the internet in context of exploitation, sexual exploitation. You know, I had a friend of mine tell me he had a coworker who his daughter, she was in high school, and she set up some type of Snapchat premium page where she was masturbating on camera, like voyeurism, masturbating on camera, had nude pictures, and was sending them to grown men. You know, and my thing is, I'm not sure if those grown men knew she was a child. You know, but these are social realities. These are things that exist in contemporary society. And my thing is, you do have women who, I mean, everything is subjective. Live how you see fit. But if you're, you know, posturing yourself in a relationship with someone, pretending that you're monogamous, pretending that, you know, baby, it's just me and you, and you're out here being a man or woman of leisure, that's grimy, that's shady. You know what I'm saying? But if you've revealed that and that person is cool with that, so be it. But yeah, I told my sister this. She couldn't believe me. She didn't believe me. She thought I was talking crazy. But yeah, there are a lot of women out here who have professional jobs, who are constantly complaining about there's no good men out here, and they're prostituting themselves. You know, again, don't get mad at me. I didn't create these realities. I'm hoping that I'm giving you a functional understanding of exploitation, and that we can get we can get to the root and the pathology of it. But this is the gravity of this topic is it's so far-reaching, because a lot of people that are being exploited in context of this are children, underage girls. You know, But yeah, it's your boy Mac, music, art, culture, knowledge. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this. Share it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel 82 Kings. Follow the movement on Instagram, MACKTV_82. The link will be in the description. Peace and love. I'm out.